It was a challenging game. We were already playing short. We had three guys that were in our lineup last night. We lost Ross and Leitner to injury, and then, of course, we had our situation with Joe Widmar today. So it was a challenging day as a coach. I had to change up all the lines. Guys were playing in different positions, and then, we knew it was going to be a physical game. So obviously, when we're fighting, our forwards are fighting. We only had 9, so now we're playing with 8 forwards multiple times throughout the game, because we were fighting. So, and then when Malik got to 10, it's funny because when I moved Eags up his first shift up front, he scored that goal. So I was like, well, I look like a genius right now. I just put him up front and he scores the first shift. But no, it's kind of funny how that worked out. But I think Eags will probably have to play up front tomorrow just because we're pretty banged up right now. Good news is Butt will come back into the lineup tomorrow. We'll get a chance to see the other goalie. But, Dinger, I thought should have been the first star of the game. We had a decent first and third. We were opportunistic, I would say, Bill, in the second period. But in the second period, we were pretty garbage. And Dinger was really good. He made some big saves and really kind of kept us in it, I thought. So, yeah, he played spectacular the whole weekend.
Coach, talk a little bit more about the physicality of tonight's game. Yeah,
we're trying to get an identity going into playoffs. I think the way our team's constructed and whether we play Birmingham or Peoria, obviously we don't know who we're going to play. We know we'll get the 7th seed now. In my experience, and I've been in a lot of playoff series, you got to be some dogs. It's not going to be low scoring, tight defense. You got to play a heavy game in the playoffs. And I've been trying to get the roster. I thought at the beginning of the season, I told you guys all this, we were too small of a team. I've been trying to address that, the whole season, trying to get bigger guys in here that can play the style that I want to play. And, it's nice to see Kennedy get another point tonight, But again, when you got Galks and Malik and Kennedy in your lineup, you're going to be okay.
You guys have always sort of responded oftentimes after a game that you thought they didn't play well at all tonight. They probably played the way you would like them to play. What about that element, the way they came out, really from the opening face-off? And I thought they had, great energy and responded to challenges.
Yeah, they did, and the crowd was great too. I think just felt like the fights and the momentum and the crowd energy was really galvanizing us throughout the game when we needed it, which was good. And again, we had those different momentum shifts during the game. Like I said, when the fights happen, our bench gets amped up, but then their bench gets amped up too. So I thought it was a good hockey game. Both games against Evansville, I thought their coach did a great job. They were prepared, they were physical, and it's good for both teams to play like that because we're both trying to get our teams ready for playoffs. And tomorrow, Macon right now is in overtime against Birmingham. They've been, since they made a coaching change over there, they're playing hard and they're trying to keep their jobs for next year, So tomorrow will be a good challenge too.
What's the lineup like? What is certain players' status right now?
So right now, just day to day right now, we lost Ross and we lost lower body and an upper body with Leitner, and then Widmar had to go home for family reasons, and then Butt will come back tomorrow, and then of course Bondarenko had his baby, so he'll be back. He flies in tomorrow, but he won't be in for the game, so he'll be back for the weekend, next weekend.
Gary, the last 2 minutes of the game, obviously 6-on-4 situation. They did get off, I think, 5 shots, and Mundinger made saves, obviously, on all of them. But what did you see that final minute and 40-some seconds where you had to play 6-on-4?
Yeah, it's not what you draw up, that's for sure. We didn't want to take a penalty, but you just deal with it. I thought the guys did a great job. Henderson and Eags did a really good job. They were out there the majority of the time, so was Garrett. But really, I think there was 30 seconds left when they called their timeout. The big thing that I remember is Mitchie winning that draw. He wins that draw with 30 seconds left. They're over there trying to get a set face-off play. They just scored the 1 goal on a set face-off play, and of course we had 2 new centermen in the lineup, so we weren't necessarily, their draw guys are more experienced than ours. And so they were smart and used that to their advantage. And so I put out our most veteran centerman, Mitch Atkins, and he won the draw. That was big.
You want to get the how much of an adjustment is it, and how long a process is it to be the physical kind of playoff ready team that you want to be? How difficult is that adjustment with this group?
It's been challenging, but I think, we're slowly getting there. Again, you look at the body of work over the last month, that road trip that was tough, that 3-3, that Peoria, Evansville. But if you take that kind of out of the equation, overall we've been playing more consistent hockey. We've been able to score more. I'd still like to see, obviously, offensively, I have to find the right mix. Now with Widmar gone, and he was a big part of what we did up front, finding the right guys to play with Garrett, finding the right guys to play with Bondarenko, and getting the chemistry is going to be probably the most important thing.